What is up, all of you beautiful people? My name is Bernsey. Welcome to the PTFO podcast, episode 5. I'm here along with Jimmy, Kyle, and Colby. Over the next hour, we will debate and discuss a wide range of topics. Twitch in real life streaming, can overworking kill a content creator's social life? Is the world today becoming a little bit too oversensitive? Colby's terrible question of the day, as we missed it last week, a little bit of automation talk, and wrap it up with some bad advice. You can listen to us on iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, Google Play, and Spotify, so sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the show.
All right, guys, so we are back. I say we just jump right into this, the PTFO podcast. Guys, let's talk about what just went down. I mean, it's a moment in history. I think we should talk about it for a minute. We don't have to give our opinions on Trump as a president or whether we like it or not, but I thought it would be fitting. I mean, we do. We have the 45th president of the United States that was inaugurated right before we started and hit record on this podcast. And I say we each just give one thing that we want to see from Trump and his administration in the next 4 years. I think that's the best way to do it.
You want me to just say mine?
Sure.
Yeah,
What do you want from him?
I don't have anything specific in mind. I just want him to represent America for what it stands for and not go on Twitter rants at 3 o'clock in the morning. Be an adult.
Be an adult, okay. I'll give mine. Mine's pretty simple. Economy, jobs. I mean, one thing that I totally agree is bringing back jobs to America, made in America, made by Americans. I'm all about that. So, I mean, I hope to see the economy get like just level 9,000.
Sweet. Colby.
I'm very involved in a lot of politics stuff. I actually don't know anything. Small business, help out the little guy out there. That's me. I'd like to get a little tax break like Trump got. Would love to not pay taxes. Also, prefer in 4 years to try and keep us out of as many wars as possible. Unless we got to beat.
I was going to say wars too. I was going to put wars.
Unless
wars equal money, though.
Asterisk. Unless we got to go after somebody. I don't want him to be a little bitch about it. If we got to go after somebody, let's do it.
Mm-hmm. Go
Kyle?
after the French.
Yeah. Take a bow.
Yeah, I really don't give a fuck, honestly. I mean, my personal opinion on presidents is, they're all puppets with fists up their ass. But, Trump may throw a curveball into things, but I guess stuff that would directly affect me that really doesn't make me happy. It might not have anything to do with the president. The presidency is almost kind of like when somebody's running for like class president, right? You're like, I'm going to get motherfucking pop machines on every aisle, every corner of the
Everybody
school.
gets double chocolate milk with love.
Yeah, so that's the reason that everybody's like, cool, man, I like that idea. I'll vote for this guy for our class president. And then the class president goes and looks at like the finances and stuff. They're like, wow, we can't do that.
We can't have double chocolate.
It's all about. A lot of the stuff that these presidents spew is directly out of their ass, and they really can't do. So they're just major puppets, man. It would be cool to pay less in taxes, but at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. So.
Okay,
You're
prediction really quick. We'll look back on this episode in 4 years. Do you think that he will be an 8-year, a 2-term president? Just yes or no?
No, Zuckerberg.
No. I don't think he will be, no.
Zuckerberg
Kyle?
Takes over in 4.
No, but that doesn't mean particularly he was a bad president. I think it's kind of more. I guess we'll see what happens, is what I'm saying. But it's more kind of like a gimmick type thing. Like the dude isn't even a politician, and at the same time, like I said, I don't give a fuck who the president is. But no, he probably won't.
Hey, for the record, everyone, I won the 9th grade ASB presidentship by saying I was going to bring strawberry milk to our school. I have proof of that. And
I'm gonna go against everybody. Then I'll just say I say he'll get reelected. I'll be the one against everybody, and we'll see what happens in 4 years. All right.
Hey, why not? If he tears it up, let him come back. If he tears it up,
The reason that I don't think he will
we'll wait and see. So on a day like this, social media gets hypersensitive. We're talking you better watch what you tweet out there. And one of the topics we're going to discuss today is the world too sensitive. And leading off that topic is a good example that Kyle kind of threw at us in our pregame warm-up, which we do. We have a pre-podcast warm-up where we go over things. And I've got a story as well. So is the world too sensitive in 2017, Kyle?
Yes.
How come? You wanted to give your example of the Snoop tweet, right?
Yeah, so I'll break it down. So Snoop Dogg tweeted, and I laughed at it at first, but he tweeted this out, and it was a picture of a saltine cracker with peanut butter on top that kind of looked like Donald Trump's hair. And I first saw it, and I'm like, that's funny. Then I sat and I thought, I'm like, that's kind of fucked up, dog. Like, the cracker, because that's one of the few racist terms for white people. And, I mean, you can argue if it's even racist at all. But, but I mean, I wasn't really thinking of it from my standpoint. It didn't really, like, offend me. But then I'm like, wait. What if some rapper or well, let's switch it this way. What if
Macklemore, a white guy?
Let's say like a country music star. When Obama became president, they said this is going to be like posted a picture of a monkey and said this is going to be who's running our country for the next 4 years. I mean, it would just
people would
like
lose
that
their
person
shit.
would be destroyed. Their career would be over. Like they would be fucked. Like it would just be done. But then you can argue that Snoop Dogg's career has been over for a long time, but I mean, he's still kind of popular and, looked up to, but I just thought it was pretty fucked up. And that's coming from a person that's like, I do a lot of fucked up things.
Yeah, you put some fucked up shit out there.
But at the same time, I was just kind of more looking at it from like kind of like, that's kind of fucked up. And it's my opinion doesn't really count because, I mean, according to most people, like, dude, you're white, you've been at the top for centuries, and you didn't have to deal with racism or not racism, but slavery and stuff like that. But so yeah, your opinion doesn't count. But yeah, I thought it was fucked up.
Okay, so the topic the example I was given is kind of the opposite in a way. I mean, I think that the world is hypersensitive. So there was an article the other day about a social media manager for a school. A kid tweeted out something along the lines of, "Yay, we don't have to have school tomorrow." And they spelled tomorrow with an A, like TAMM. They butchered it. And then the social media manager of that school replied, and she said, "Yeah, but wouldn't it be good if you did so you could learn how to spell better," or something with a smiley face. She got fired for the tweet.
Oh,
wow.
She got fired. Everybody said you're
just like
bullying. And then the kid actually tweeted out himself saying he thought it was funny. He laughed at it.
It's just a joke.
She got fired for it. Said she was bullying him and pushing him down and oppressing him to the point where
oppressing him because he spelled a word wrong?
Yeah, like he's a dummy. I mean,
I would just laugh and be like, "Oh wow, yeah, I spelled it wrong. Yeah, you got me. That's funny."
I mean, you can give examples every day, all day on social media, and I don't think it's gonna change anytime soon. I mean, just go back to the example of where we're talking about the boobs equals views. I mean, all kinds of different people jumped in on that with their angle of why it was wrong or why it was right, and then they take it and run with it to something that it's not even about. I mean, I think the world, especially social media in the United States, I think we are way too sensitive.
Everyone wants to be offended about something because it gets you attention.
Yeah, it's almost like for example, this video I'll send you guys after this is there's a teacher, so she's got the Trump coming out about to give his speech on the projector, and she has like a fake toy gun and she's shooting him, and it's like, wait, you're a teacher with a gun in school and you're shooting the president with kids in your classroom, like you're setting a good example. But then like what's funny is the people who posted this, everyone's like, haha, that's awesome, like that's great teacher. But if the other people had this video, they'd be like, this teacher needs to be kind of like the same thing with the racist thing. It's like, I feel like some people, there's 50% of the people who have to stir it up, and then there's 50% of the people who just like funny shit. Like,
yeah, but how many of those people on the side of stirring it up do you think are stirring it up because it deeply moves their moral character and thoughts and values? And like Burns said, how many of them just think stir it up because they want attention?
They want to argue.
They want the retweets and the likes.
Yeah, they want to argue with someone.
So perfect example. We posted this video. Well, we posted an article to the video. There was a guy who was kicking out this transsexual because he hooked up with her thinking that she was female, right? Okay. I'm not going to get into like the gender thing. He hooked up with her thinking that like she was a female, and then he found out that it was actually a transsexual and a male, and he kicked her out, right? And so I'm like, this is funny as fuck. Like the dude thought he was having sex with the female. And so I posted it. Lots of people laughed and stuff. And I got a message from somebody, and I think they said they were a transsexual. Like, why do you think this is funny? You know, like this is messed up. You shouldn't be laughing at. You know, transsexuals can be females. And I'm like,
but wouldn't it be messed up on that person's fault for making him think?
well, then what? Like the person, if transsexuals
Giving the perception that you're somebody you're not, I would be.
Yeah, well, the transsexual, if they want to be, you know, their own thing, like, okay, the dude he wasn't expecting to have sex with a transsexual or a male. He wanted to have sex with a woman, you know, like,
right.
So now you want to be classified as a transsexual. Now you're getting mad because you are classified as a transsexual, but he didn't want to have sex with you because he wanted to have sex with a female. And it's like, what fucking side do you want? You know, you want to get mad about, like, not being represented as a transsexual, or, you know, like, you were just represented as a transsexual and you're getting mad about that now. So it's just like fucking figure it out, you know. It's the dude wanted to have sex with a female. That's what he prefers, you know. And now you're getting upset that you were actually being recognized as your own gender, but you're still upset about it.
I think the internet. I mean, everybody has an opinion. Everybody sees everything. So you put it out there, and everybody's going to give an opinion on it.
And they assume you're making fun of, like, it had nothing to do with making fun of a transsexual.
That's what I was going to say.
The funny thing is he thought he was having sex with a female, you know?
Right.
And it's just being oversensitive to, oh shit, it's something about a transsexual. I better figure out some way that I can get upset about this, you know? That's how people look at it. How can they get upset about this certain situation, you know?
Triggered.
Yeah, I was gonna say you would post it, or I would say, like, dude, this is funny if it was a girl kicking a dude out, just in general. Like, we probably would have posted it. If it was a guy kicking a girl out because she stunk, would have posted it. But just because it was that's what triggered that lady to be like, or dude, whatever you call her.
What's the one thing on social media that triggers you guys the most?
Me personally, or to see people get triggered?
No, the one thing that you're instantly triggered yourself, pissed off.
That makes me mad. Nothing
Yeah.
really makes me upset.
Nothing pisses you off?
Not really. I mean, I can disagree with people, but I'm not gonna like get offended by it.
Okay.
I
So if
think
somebody
for
talks
ours-
shit about hockey, it doesn't trigger you?
Not really.
No.
I was gonna say, and this is really a really lame one, but for being in like Seattle my whole life, and Seahawk Facebook fans are the epitome of the worst. Like, I'm not a Seahawk fan anymore, and again, this is something really stupid to be like annoyed by, but like they always use, it's like the third quarter in a week 13 game that doesn't really matter. And they're like, this is why we're not going to make it to the Super Bowl, guys. We got to band together here, bring our emotions back. We got to get it back in the fourth quarter. It's like, dude, you're not playing in the game. They don't give a shit while you're tweeting out on their Facebook and in the third quarter, and that's what triggers me, and it's so stupid.
Like,
Okay,
ultra fans.
I thought of something that kind of annoys me, though. Is like people that, like going back to like the politically correct stuff, is some people think that they can say whatever they want without being challenged.
Okay. All right.
Like they put their opinion out there and then they're upset that people want to challenge it. Like there's one, I don't know if you heard the story. It was some former politician was having like a debate with some woman about, I don't know what they were talking about, but he said something like, I don't have to be politically correct anymore. And then he like grabbed her in the crotch and it was caught on video.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of annoying when
That's
people
how he
are like,
went.
I
That
don't
way?
have
He
to
just
be
grabbed her
politically
crotch.
Yeah, he just grabbed. He was like, I don't have to be politically correct anymore, and just grabbed her crotch. So it's like people that think that they can say anything without being challenged. That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, that prankster did that, though, and he's now called a molester and being charged. The one that ran around kissing girls. Like,
Yeah,
I
then
thought
he
it was
admitted-
showing that they were actors, though.
Then he admitted
Oh.
it was fake. He admitted it was fake.
oh, did he?
Just same thing that Pepper guy did. Like, well, actually, they're all actresses, so you faked
Thank God. Well,
That's
the
the way to do it.
one thing that pisses me off specifically on Twitter YouTube comments, I don't like people that organize their tweets and their responses and they're trying to sound smart. Now, I know there's people that talk and they type and they use bigger words and they're very, I don't know what the word is, clarified with what they say, but you can always tell when somebody's like in an argument or something and they're trying to tweet like they're smarter than they were, and they probably spent 10 minutes in the dictionary or on a thesaurus coming up with the words that they would never fucking use. in a normal conversation.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Those people piss me off, man. And
Well,
you
I want
can
to
see
throw.
'em.
I want to throw one at probably all three of you guys. I know this. I don't want to say the word trigger, but I know it gets because it gets under my skin with, and I know it does with you, Kyle. But when you post something and they don't clickbait.
Dude, that's what I was.
Yeah.
I was just gonna bring. That was gonna
And
be
they
mine.
say it
I could
'cause they
argue
get-
that all day.
Let Kyle give his because he has a really good opinion on this, and we deal with it probably as much as you, Jimmy. But it's just like some people, it's like a new word like fake news. Now you can just say, "Oh, it's fake news." But okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I mean,
Kyle.
the reason we'll talk about is because that's what we do. We have our sites and we post the articles to my pretty large Facebook page, and so clickbait started as like, okay, so what these people such as like BuzzFeed would do, they'll build up the title so much that you have to, you feel like you have to click and be like, what is this about? Like, they led me on so much, I have to click it. And then they end up clicking it, and it was nothing like they expected. They were almost tricked into clicking it, right?
Underwhelming.
Yeah. So I mean, they use what are kind of like the keywords for clickbait?
You will never believe, your mind will be blown. 18 celebrities that you didn't know were arrested, and then they used like Will Smith and Scarlett Johansson just so the thumbnail
Right.
pops.
Yeah, and they were actually never arrested. So now what that has kind of evolved into is anything, so we have the only way you can pretty much make money on Facebook is through these links or like direct deals with videos and stuff. So, but now it's evolved where like any fucking link you post is considered clickbait. Like we post lots of stuff with like girls, when certain videos that happen, sometimes it's like hot girls, and we put exactly in the fucking title, and the thumbnail represents exactly what's in the video, but people are like, this is clickbait. I'm like, dude, it's not clickbait because the titties caught your eye, and then when you clicked on it, there were titties in the video. They're not actual nipples and stuff, but like there was a hot girl doing exactly what the title said. Like, clickbait is not just because you're kind of horny right now and you're clicking that, and it's like, it's a constant like fight that we're in. And then people, when you post certain things from like creators, because I'll post direct things to my Facebook, and we'll post something from like Ethan H3H3. When we posted his stuff, he like reached out and he's like, oh man, thanks for posting my stuff. But then we went and looked at the comment section, and it's like you're stealing his fucking video using it as
You're
clickbait.
You're so slow.
Yeah,
now.
you're going so slow. I'm like, are you that like?
We literally got him probably 300,000 views.
Yeah, I'm like, just stop and think like what you're saying right now. Like I'm linking you to the dude's actual video. Like, he's getting his ad revenue, he's getting his views on his channel. They're like, why don't you just post it straight to your Facebook and just give him credit? And I'm just like,
Dude,
I mean,
it's the
I'm
same
at the
with
point.
YouTube. I mean, I've battled this for a long time, and I made a video about it a while back. And clickbait is fine. People have taken it to, okay, there's clickbait, and then there's the negative, what people deem clickbait. And clickbait is, I mean, I guess I do it, and people all the time, money horse, sellout, clickbait. But everything I post, as long as there's something in the thumbnail and the title that's contextual to the content, it's not clickbait as in a negative. But everybody wants to throw the word out there. If you put something in the thumbnail and the title that is a lie, and there's literally nothing you can reference it, even stretch the imagination and reference it in the video, that's wrong. That's fucking lying to your fan base. But if you're creative and use clickbait in a creative tone, and it's referenced in your video and your thumbnail, I think that's just somebody being creative to get somebody to click. It's no different than going to Walmart and you go to the checkout. You don't think they have that shit lined up perfect for you? The gum, the candy bars, the suckers. They pay somebody to test that shit out on how far to put it off the ground, where to put what within reach of the kids, the adults, all that. It's incentivized to get you to buy it. It's the you're doing it with impulse. And YouTube, Facebook, all of that is the exact same thing. They're shopping. They're shopping posts. They're shopping thumbnails. Yeah, you want them. I mean, I watch Ashley, my wife, on Facebook. I don't do Facebook. Like, I don't even have a personal Facebook. But at night, I'll watch her, and it's literally her thumb is just rolling, right? So she's just rolling through this timeline, and she doesn't stop unless something catches her eye.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
That's it. It's impulse. It's incentivized to click on it. But, man, people have taken the word clickbait, and now literally anything is clickbait. And
It's the buzzword now. It's just
yeah,
next time,
it triggers me. It triggers me.
The
I'm
next time
sensitive.
you're,
The world's too sensitive, and I'm a sensitive fuck when it comes to clickbait.
The next time you go to a grocery store, look what's on the end caps. It's like grocery store clickbait.
Dude, they pay people thousands and thousands of dollars to advise them on where to put these end caps, where to put everything at the checkout lines. I mean, that people don't realize the science that goes into that. They think, oh, they just threw some Trident gum here and some Milky Ways over here. That's not the case at all. It's all put in a certain spot.
Well, turn on your local channel tonight around 30 minutes before the news starts, and they'll come on with a commercial and they'll say, blah blah blah. You won't believe what happens. Tune in at 11. Like that's literally
That's clickbait.
Yeah,
that's clickbait.
Yeah, even newspapers like headlines and stuff, they don't tell you exactly, like they kind of just give you a little taste, because it's weird. They actually want you to buy their fucking newspaper, like we actually want you to watch our videos.
Well, it's like the cover
people
of
aren't
a
going to
magazine.
keep watching if you bait them and then you don't actually deliver that, like that's not going to help out a channel. Like, I mean, maybe in the views, but people aren't going to keep watching your stuff if they keep being deceived, And it's
do you
funny.
think people feel like they're tricked and they're salty about it, and that's why they do it, or you think
Maybe.
it's just mostly
No, they just don't
bandwagon?
know. They don't know the correct term for clickbait. Like we post something with, like girl, like yesterday, girl gets her titty bitten by a cat. And then people are kind of like, this is clickbait. But then they click on it and they see a girl getting her titty bit by a cat, and then they're okay with it. But for some reason, they threw the word titty out there. There's a girl. Man, they must have really wanted us to click this. Well, no shit.
No shit.
Like it's how we make our money. Like no shit, we wanted you to click it, and you clicked it. You saw exactly what we said, which is weird. Weird. And they're most likely going to stay around and click the next ones that we come out because we actually delivered with what we said. But they still, just because it's a link, they still throw the word clickbait out there because they want all these channels and everything. Like even YouTube channels and Facebook pages, like they pretty much just want their like free entertainment. They don't really think about like, okay, we want you guys to click. We post these links because that's how we make a living. Is that cool with you guys? Like you guys want all this like free entertainment and
That's
stuff
not a
like
real
that.
job, Kyle.
Yeah,
The thing
That's
is
that's what pisses me off too. That really pisses me off.
Oh, so you
of
do have
YouTube.
some trigger points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people say, "Oh, get a real job," when you're
Yeah.
on YouTube, it is a real job.
Yeah, it's probably tougher than most people's jobs. I mean, you're not picking up a shovel
Whoa,
and
whoa,
digging
whoa,
a
whoa,
fucking
whoa,
hole.
whoa, whoa! Back up. I wouldn't encompass most people's jobs. I wouldn't say it's tougher than most, as in putting in the hours and the mental grind. Yes, but come on now,
Well, I mean, think about it though. I mean, I maybe kind of worded that different, but like,
yeah.
it's different, because I can go work 40 hours a week, make the same amount of money each week. Now you try doing that like on a video standpoint, like you try and make the same amount of money each week. Like sometimes you do put in the same amount of work, the same amount of effort, and you make half the money you did in the previous month. So it's more of I would say it's more of like a mental grind.
It's a different
It
animal.
is.
Yeah.
That kind of goes into our next topic, actually. Sort
Well,
of.
segue us.
Put us
Yeah.
in there.
Put
There
us
was
on
an
that
article-
segue.
I don't have the article pulled up now, but there was an article the other day for Twitch's new in real life streaming. And someone wrote an article talking about, is the YouTube grind or the Twitch grind, can it sort of destroy your social life? Do you
Dude, I
become
read that
obsessed with
article
it?
and I was super depressed after reading it, and I'll never be a full-time live streamer.
I read it
After I
too,
read
and
that article.
I had the same feeling as you, Jimmy. On it, I read it, I was like, damn, that sucks.
What it sounded like to me, and obviously this is just my opinion on it, but it almost sounds like the system, I guess the Twitch system or other platforms, almost pigeonholes most streamers into literally, if they're not doing it every day, that they'll lose ground. Like if they're not consistently live streaming, they'll lose the momentum. And we're talking like on a daily. I mean, I know some Twitch streamers that have streamed a year or more straight. They don't take a day off. And it just, that sounds like hell to me. That sounds like literal purgatory to me.
Yeah, it sounds awful. And it has to do with YouTube, too. It happens with YouTube creators who are... You have that pressure to put a video out every day at the same time. and if you miss a day, it feels like you're falling behind. Because I've felt
this
that
is
before.
this is what we've been our thing the last few weeks. It's like, so with our site and Facebook, which it goes along hand in hand with Twitch and YouTube, we're like, man, when are we just gonna like all I do in the morning is I wake up, check my phone, see what's out there, see how many followers I gained, and I just start from the time I wake up, from the time I go to sleep, watching my phone, looking for content.
We've done it for 600 plus straight days.
That's what we've been actually working on lately, is how can we set up a system where it's like, so we can just take today off. Like, we have a system set up where we can still make money today and just take the day off, because, I mean, it's seriously, we've been, the last 3 months we've been talking about, like, we need to figure something out, because
So you're burned out.
our heads are going to explode.
Okay, so let me ask you something. You guys went and you took a vacation to Aruba or something not too long ago?
Yeah,
I'm
I did.
assuming you're like me, and if you travel, it's mobile command, and you're still posting the shit while you're on vacation?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably 2 days out of the 8 I was gone where one day I didn't have access because I was on like this private island, but I think I still talked to you in the morning. And then there was one day when it was actually my friend's wedding where I was gone from 8 to the next day.
Yeah,
Well,
which
that's
was
the same
just
for a
him that was
YouTuber.
gone. I was still here, but
That's the same for a YouTuber. I mean, if you anytime I travel, I either have to have the content ready, or I there's no way to turn it off. I mean, even if I have the content ready, I still have to plug in sometime during that day on vacation, get on the internet, check the pulse of everything, make shit live, make sure the scheduled stuff went up. I mean, yeah, you literally have to have a pulse on it every day. And I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. What I do for a living is surreal. I mean, I'm humble. I'll always be humble. I don't take it for granted one bit, but it's an everyday thing. It requires your focus every day. I mean, a regular job.
Stressful. That was
A
the most
regular
stressful
job,
thing
you
for
go
me.
home and you can turn it off. Some regular jobs. Okay,
Yeah.
I've worked plenty of jobs where you bring your work home with you, but there are jobs out there where you can, when it's 5 o'clock or whatever, and you clock out, you can turn that shit off, and you don't really worry about what's going on until you get to work the next morning.
Difference between hourly and salary.
But that's what really stressed me out too when I was more consistent on YouTube, is you get to that PAX week where you're going to be gone from Thursday to Monday,
You got to make 5 days of
and you
extra
got to make
content.
like 5 days worth of videos. You got to edit them all. You're up till 5 in the morning.
I can already see that some of the comments or some of the feedback's going to be, you guys are literally bitching.
I'm
like
not
little
bitching. I'm
babies
not
about-
bitching. It's great to. don't know what I'm
With the
trying to
responsibility and the stress comes a really big sense of freedom too. In a way.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's not, I would say it's more like hourly job versus, I mean, we're all technically business owners, because my father-in-law, he's had a ever since his dad owned the company, but they had a log cutting company, right? And that finally went under, and he ended up just starting to work for somebody else. And he said that was like the most relief he's ever had in his life, running a business compared to just being a worker and coming and doing your work and not having to worry about,
Not
the
bringing the
things
shit home
behind the
with you,
scenes.
just
So
shutting it off.
I don't think it's YouTube based. I think it's just business owners. Like, business owners
Yeah, I would
think
agree.
way much more than, the employee that's coming in to work for them. So it's not like, oh, we're bitching. I mean, just owning a business is difficult. Like, you're the dude that's like,
Marketing,
in control.
yeah.
Like right now, like, even though ours is super small, like, I'm in control of, like, okay, are we going to make enough money this month so I can, get Colby his salary, pay my little brother, and,
Right.
pay all my bit. Like, when you have like a set schedule, like, okay, I'm working 40 hours this week, I'm getting paid $20 for those 40 hours. I'm getting paid $800 this week. Like, it's not the same for business owners. It's the same in a
totally
sense. Like,
agree.
you have to pay out all these people the same amount no matter how much money you make, and then you got to worry about yourself at the same time, and it just never turns off.
Well, you're supposed to worry about yourself last too, and you have all these people that are literally and like you said, we're on a small level, but I used to run businesses with hundreds of employees, and as not as the owner, but as an owner, you are literally responsible for their livelihoods. They have families. You're responsible that they're going to get food on their table. In a way, you are. I mean, they are too
No,
with
you
their
are.
actions, but yeah, the stress is just stupid.
Well, think about too, like you got marketing expenses, taxes, all of that
Everything.
stuff.
It all falls on you.
And you don't have anyone to push it off on. I mean, if Kyle tries to push his taxes off on me, I'm just gonna laugh at him. Like, yeah, you want to be, they'll be screwed up.
So just to kind of cool the comments, it's not really about just being video makers. It's just business owners in general. Like, it's just the shit never turns off. You know, I used to work at McDonald's. You know, I would do my schedule. How much do you think I thought about fucking McDonald's? But when I walked out of that door, like 0. You know, but like this shit does not like turn off. From the time I wake up, first thing I do when I open my eyes, I look at my phone. You know, like check. We're all good. You know, and it just never ends. And that's why we're trying.
Well,
to figure
McDonald's
out.
wasn't an extension of you. Your business now is an extension of you. It's connected to you whether you like it or not.
Well, Kyle, I have a question for you. With that, since you guys deal with like all like the viral stuff, do you ever feel like you can't go to sleep at night because you might miss something?
We used to.
Yeah, not really. I mean, if we see something late at night, we'll rock it. But it's just like the way it works is like if you miss something, there's gonna be something there a couple hours later that can replace it. But I mean, there's been viral stuff that we've held off on for a few days. We're like, okay, let's just try it, and it takes off regardless. So I mean, maybe we used to when we were like when Facebook was just in full like grind mode and letting these stuff fly out. But now we're just like we've been kind of just trying to tone it down and like because. At the pace we were going, man, like the stress level, I was just gonna die soon. You know, like it was just like we were just our minds are just blown out. Like
I think everyone gets burned out once or twice doing that sort of work.
Absolutely.
Owner.
Well, we are smooth segueing into topics. We can do it with this one too. Kyle, you said you guys are trying to find that secret to automation, and that's actually one of our topics is automation. And
I got lots of opinions on this.
I mean, let me kick off. Every time I do a video on cuss, and there's something about new Google self-driving cars, or AI, or in 2050 you're going to have sex robots instead of partners. Anything to do with automation, I firmly believe. I mean, I'm a conspiracy guy, and I think it's going to be Skynet. I think there's going to come a point where we're going to automate everything and shit's just going to turn on us. I mean, I really feel that way. And I can't say anything.
No one's going to have to work anymore.
I know. Well, that's a huge thing because so a couple weeks ago, you can imagine we have a big family. Okay, I have a huge family, a lot of kids. That's a lot of food. I mean, to go grocery shopping for my household it's an endeavor. It's an event. Okay,
I've seen the guess the price.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, we figured out that Kroger has a click to shop. Ashley can go online. She can order everything. She can grocery shop online, and then we just pull up. We don't even get out of our car. We just dial the number on the thing in front of the thing, and this is probably not new news to anybody anywhere else, but we get shit last. And they literally come out, they load my car, and then I go home. And it just got me thinking about the whole automation thing.
I like the new Amazon Go store that's going to be coming out. It's coming out near you guys, right? Seattle's going to be the first one, right?
I saw that trailer where you literally just pull what you want off the shelf and it adds it to your account.
Yeah, you just walk in and walk out.
But what people don't realize is like you said, the jobs. So
well, here's the thing on Amazon. Like, you know how if you go into a supermarket or like a Target or something right now, you have like the self-checkout lanes. Yeah. And you always have like one or two employees that like look over those.
Yeah, they monitor them.
And now Amazon's like, we're getting rid of those people too.
Yeah, so you're not going to have baggers. You're not going to have checkers. I mean, you'll still need stalkers until they get it to the point where robot arms just restock everything.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
In Seattle, my buddy, because he works at Nordstrom Corporate and he lives right around the area, and they're like Amazon's right there, and they're like he's like in the hub where they test stuff out. And he has Amazon Fresh, Amazon Grocery, and Uber Eats. So what he does is he goes on Amazon Fresh when he's at work, and he's like, oh, okay, I want this, and this. And then they'll send it to his apartment, like fresh produce and anything like that. The other day he got his like a case of Red Bull, deodorant, shampoo, and everything delivered right to his door. And then for Uber Eats, he can just sit there and be like, oh, man, that takeout really sounds good, but I don't want to go to the parking garage, get my car, sit in 20 minutes of traffic, get my takeout, come back. So he'll just put it in his thing, and then they'll bring him his takeout.
There's going to come a point where you don't have any human contact.
That's what he loves too, because he hates people. He's like Kyle.
He's like Kyle. He hates people. Well, I mean, think about the hookers in Vegas. There's going to come a point where they're out of work because there's going to be sex robots. And
people will still want the real thing, though.
you think so? What if the sex robot looks exactly and feels exactly like the real thing?
Well, there's also less chance that you're going to embarrass yourself in front of a sex robot.
You're not going to get any diseases from a sex robot.
I definitely see your point.
That could be
They're not going to judge you, Burns.
I also think we should start a business, Jimmy, now that I'm sitting here. Sex robots
robot
in
business.
Vegas.
But we're like social creatures, though. We crave like human interaction. Even if like a restaurant was all automated, someone could open a restaurant with like human employees and charge more if someone wants the human experience.
Yeah, but then you're at a point where it's you pick, so you automatically divided that amount that would go automated or would go human. Like you said, there's going to come a point where jobs are it's already happening. Jobs will dry up.
The first thing that's going to happen is the transportation industry is going to get destroyed by automation. Yeah. But it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It makes us more productive. We can do other things.
You say that, but more. I just see people.
It frees us up. Us up to do other things. Why would we want to do jobs that we don't have to do if we don't? If
people rely on. Think about the McDonald's employee who's just demanded $15 an hour, and then
that just speeds up automation.
McDonald's said, "Yeah, we're gonna fucking speed this up," but there's only so many jobs, these multi-billion-dollar companies like McDonald's, they're just gonna be becoming more rich, while the poor are gonna be becoming more poor.
You could look at like trucking companies too, and like public transportation. All the truckers will lose their jobs. Anheuser-Busch already did a self-driving truck delivery.
Fuck that. That scares the shit out of me.
That actually is pretty crazy.
What are we going to do? What's the solution to people who are just going to be unemployed?
I'm completely anti-self-driving. I think it's...
Why, dude? It's awesome.
Dude,
I'm with Burns.
You say it's awesome. I saw an article a while back of a guy that died. He was on the interstate, self-driving car, and...
Do you know how many
The car picks up on readings, right? Well, the sun glared down on a semi-trailer, and the car didn't pick up that it was an actual trailer or object, and ran him right into it and killed him.
What Burns is going to say is that's still less traffic.
Like humans.
Okay, then you want to be the guy that gets version 20, not version 1.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
40,000 deaths happen every year for auto accidents. It doesn't have to be perfect, Jimmy. It just has to be better than you.
Man, dude, I've been in so many wrecks as the passenger. I'm one of those guys that I have to be the guy.
You're being nervous for no reason, though. All the car has to do is be better than you.
Which I guarantee you it's a better driver than me. Ask Kyle.
Yeah, you get distracted by text messaging. You get distracted by accidents on the road.
Kyle, would you let a car drive you around if you had to completely entrust yourself in the car?
So quick little thing. So I just got a new, I think it's 2017 Ford F350, and it's not completely self-driving, but it has I forget what it's called, but it's adaptive cruise control. So I don't have to. The worst thing about cruise control is you're in cruise control on the highway, and there's a little bit of cars on the road, and you got to pop out of cruise control every time somebody pulls in front of you, yada yada. So it actually recognizes the car in front of you if anybody cuts in front of you, and it brakes and does all that stuff for you. The very first thing that I realized when I was using adaptive cruise control is like how much I fucking suck at driving. And I would consider myself a great driver, but it's just like, okay, I see brake lights, I need to slam on my brakes, or not slam on my brakes, but I need to press my brakes, But so what I was doing is I was in adaptive cruise control, going down the speed limit 70, and the cars in front of me all kind of slowed down to 45. And after getting used to it for a while, I just let it brake by itself because I didn't really trust it. But then certain instances, like it's like normally when I would press the brake, like the truck would not brake. It's like. And when I start braking, that causes traffic and stuff like that because it's just a chain reaction. So I think that these self-driving cars can improve everybody. And mine wasn't even completely self-driving. Mine was
yours isn't steering; it's not switching lanes to lanes.
Which that part I would be a little bit iffy about. But
version 10, you're in. Way. I see you getting one on version 10.
Yeah, but I'm
self-driving cars have already made like cross-country trips though.
Yeah, I'm like that douchebag that's just like, I got this big ass diesel though. I'm just, bah! You know, you can't do that in a self-driving car.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I'm not that guy.
Jimmy,
I'm not
all
that
it
guy.
has to do is be better than you are.
I know. I get what you're saying.
You're going to be
it
driving
makes sense
the
what you're saying, but it
people
doesn't
off.
change the point of it. I'm a very reactive person driving. Like I could tell you guys some stories where I go into this like superhero instant react time frame. I mean, it's legit really crazy, and I just feel like if it's in my hands, I've got the best chance because something can fail. Something can fail with that shit.
Especially if you got your kids in your car.
Yeah, you got those dad reflexes.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like,
so.
are
I
you
don't know,
gonna
but,
go? Are you? Oh, sorry. I said, are you
Go
gonna
ahead,
go
go ahead,
out
do
with
it.
this fucking car driving you? Is that how you're gonna die? You're gonna let this car kill you, or you'd rather be driving and be killed that way? I'd rather be driving and be killed that way because
Yeah,
I ain't
that's
gonna
me.
let a machine, make a mistake and kill me.
If my self-driving car can't get me to McDonald's drive-through and back home, I don't deserve to be alive.
But did you see the?
It's just there's so many factors and what's the word stuff that would pop up that I just don't. I
Yeah, but do you know how many bad drivers are on the road right now?
Hell, oh, dude,
I don't
every
trust
day.
anyone.
That's the thing, though. You're okay. As a person, as a human being, I feel like you can react better to a bad driver that may not be written in the code or the program of this self-driving car on how to react.
The computer is smarter than you. The computer is smarter than you. Dude, did you see the new technology that Tesla's going to be putting into their cars? I read
That
this
was
a
the
few
car
months
that
ago.
wrecked. It was a Tesla, man.
Yeah, but this is
Version 1, Jimmy. That's version 1.
Yeah.
We're
the
going
new
to 10.
technology they're putting in the Teslas, or what they're going to eventually put in them, is it can park itself. Like, it could drop you off. The self-driving car could drop you off at work, and then it can read the signs and figure out where it can park, and then you can use your phone to call it to you. And it'll come
Dude,
pick
that
you
all
up.
sounds great. In
I
a
think they have
trailer.
that already.
That all sounds great when you see a video of it. I posted a video yesterday. It's an old video of that Volvo that,
Oh, that hits
was
the
supposed to
dude?
detect human beings. So they tested it and it fucking ran them over.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's a
mean-
good. Well, just look at like how far drones have come from when Kyle first had a drone. I remember I was like, damn, that thing's so tight. The one he just got, you can fly it directly at a tree, and it has so many sensors and stuff. They'll be like, no, I'm not gonna hit it. And cars are gonna keep getting smarter and smarter and smarter.
I know.
But everything is so different though. It's like you go to Seattle and you go to Dallas. Everything is so different. How could it assess every single
Exactly.
situation correctly?
Exactly.
Like you go over our main pass here in Washington to go over whatever mountain range this is. I mean, it gets so beat up from the snow and all the sand they put on the road. Like they have, and they're redoing the whole road. Like right now they have a faded set of lines, and then they have like the new lines, but it's kind of hard to tell, which ones are the new ones or not. I mean, you could tell because the other line sends you directly into,
And
the side.
That is shit that car's supposed to be reading is those lines.
Yeah, exactly. So it's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Burns,
I
you're
know,
the kind of guy that would go right now, let it automate you on the I-10 in L.A., wouldn't you?
all day.
Jeez.
I'm with Burns. I'll
Dude,
do
it's
it.
gonna
Alright,
happen.
I wanna
It's
touch
happening
really
whether you
quick.
like it or not.
I want to
It's
give it.
happening.
I want to say something about what we talked about automation and like population. And Burns, you were saying, like there's going to come a point where people can't get jobs, or somebody was saying it. And I saw something that said estimated by 2030 or 2050 there'll be like 17 billion people on the planet, which
I like
if
where
that's
we're
the
going
case,
right
we're
here.
fucked. And
Get your condoms and your contraceptives.
yeah,
out
I mean,
and
the
stop
more
it.
people that populate the planet, it's like two cars veering away from each other. You have automation going on one side, people losing jobs, but there's more people occupying the same space. There's going to come a point where the shit's going to break. Something's got to give.
Hey, Kyle, what would you do about the population problem?
Can I go?
No. What-
Okay, I'll finish with it.
Episode 10, maybe.
No,
Wait, what are you gonna do?
I'm not talking
What is
about.
your
I'm just
solution?
saying. I've said this forever.
Here
Like,
we go.
No, it's not going to be bad. It's like so if you want a driver's license, you got to go do. It's at the time when you get the driver's license, it's a pretty tough test. You got to do this test. You have to be qualified for things in life. You want to get a certain job, you got to be qualified for that fucking job.
You got to earn that shit.
So you want to know what's a job, like taking care of a kid, and they just there's absolutely no regulations on having fucking kids. When the people that are having, like the majority of people that are having the kids are pretty, like, especially at young ages, are like uneducated people. Like there's no qualifications at all, And if they start making people take tests and shit to have kids, I would be 100% down.
I 1,000% agree with you.
Because I would say I'm a pretty well off person. I have 2 kids, and it is fucking hard. And I'm home all day, and we have a nanny, and the shit is hard. So imagine if you were
fail the test.
a single. Yeah, Colby, don't have kids anytime soon.
I would fail the test.
If you were a single mother, from a kind of a broken home, I can't fucking imagine. And then the life path of that kid is not very positive, So if I would vote for Donald Trump if he said we got to start having regulations on in qualifications for kids. You can't just fucking.
How would you do that though? How would you
give everyone?
You'd have to. It would never work because you would have to start. People would have
forcing birth control on people.
You would have to start. People would be getting in trouble. For having kids, and then
I agree with you.
Probably
Me
turn
and Ashley
into
were talking about the other day, man. There's some really unqualified, dumb fucking people that are responsible for babies,
teen mom,
and lives. It's just.
I think there's more people that are dumbasses that are having babies than because it's what's that one movie?
I don't know.
The movie where it's all the dumb fucking people are having.
Oh, Idiocracy.
Idiocracy. A lot of dumb people are having more kids, while the smart, intelligent people are actually thinking about it, and focus on their careers and having less kids, and then eventually it's just nothing but dumb people in the world, Yeah. But it's I just can't.
It's going to be automation and dumb people that let cars drive them around. Okay, hey, speaking of dumb people. Well, no, that's
kill them all.
I don't mean the people are dumb. I mean the advice that Burns is probably going to give is dumb. Toward the end of shit, I didn't plug this at all either. Make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes, YouTube, whatever. And if there's a spot where you can give a comment or a review, please do it. It helps the podcast out. That's what we're trying to do is grow on our platforms. We're on Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and we are now on Facebook. You can actually find every episode in its entirety uploaded on our Facebook page. All the links are in the description somewhere, wherever you're watching this from. And as every week or every episode, and I know I speak for the other guys too, we want to say thank you. We see all the tweets, we see all the comments, we see all the posts, and all the reviews that you guys are putting through. And we love the fact that you listen to us going to work, going home, or just whatever your scenario is. We've had people that say they're having a bad day, and they started listening to the podcast, and they couldn't help but smile, bust out laughing. All that shit is amazing.
Nut.
Yeah, I mean, we really appreciate it. So don't think we're not watching and listening. And we're about to get into what Burns likes to call his terrible advice section, but I like to try to rebuttal with some real advice after he gives you the horse shit.
Jimmy tries to be the voice of reason here. This is the therapy hour on the PTFO.
This is the therapy hour, and
I am a 100% certified therapist.
If you want to send an email with your questions or your life advice questions or tweet at us, all that will be in the description. We actually got a bunch of emails, and Burns pulled out a couple.
I got a great first question here, and I think I'm going to give the floor to Kyle to give his opinion first, because I think he's going to have a strong one. And I'll
make sure you say who it's from, too.
It's from NJ Plays, and I think me and Kyle are probably going to disagree, but I'm going to give the floor to Kyle to answer first on this. He says, so I've been dating this girl for 3 months or so now. She's the type of girl that does those 1-month anniversaries. This is not the first time I hit it, but she wants me to go in raw. So the dilemma here is she says she's on the pill, and it's okay if I go in without a condom, but she has a kid already. I don't know the other guy that she got pregnant with. I don't know if she's tricking me. It sounds bad when I say it like that, but I think it's a possibility. She's super clingy and maybe a little bit crazy at times.
How many red flags were in that message?
Let me handle this shit.
Yeah, let me go third on this if Kyle doesn't touch on it.
First off,
go ahead, Kyle.
Never trust a cunt that does.
Whoa!
Going right with the language.
Sorry.
Why does she have to be the C word?
Because that's
a great word. Let's be honest about
anniversary is the fucking gayest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, that's not even any. Like, what are you even celebrating? Just celebrate that you're together.
30 days, baby.
What do you got to do? 1 month? All these people do like, we've been together for 48 fucking weeks. Like, that's already just like a red flag that I can't take you seriously. But so he's concerned that. So he thinks just because he puts his penis in her, like, he's going to get her pregnant? Like, has he had... I don't think this guy's had sex before. Because, honestly, if we're going to be truthful, like, I don't think me and my wife have ever used a condom once in our life. And I mean, that's not the way to go about it. But just because she wants you to go in raw doesn't mean that you're going to automatically get her pregnant. Like, I don't think this dude has had sex before.
Pull out game
fate.
strong.
Yeah.
Pull out game strong. Pull it out.
Exactly.
I
mean,
think
it's really not
I think
that difficult.
She's trying to trick him. I think she's trying to trick him.
I'm not going to disagree with either one of you. I mean, I think there was like 5 red flags right in the message. It's not worth it. And we just got done talking about populating the world with.
Just don't nut in her. That's what everyone's not saying here. You don't have to finish inside of her.
Yeah. I've been pulling out for
I
fucking
think it's a trap. It's
15
a trap.
years.
It could be a trap. It could be a trap,
I
but
say
it's a
it's a
great
trap, too.
feeling trap. It's going to be
All
a
right,
great feeling trap.
It feels way better than a condom. So
What's the next one, Bird?
Risk it for the biscuit.
I don't know. I think that guy should bail immediately, though.
Well, hit it raw dog and bail. What did Eminem say?
Yeah.
Hit it raw dog and bail.
you'd never lock up with a girl that already has
All right,
a kid.
I know that the married gentlemen are going to have some opinions on this here. This is actually from a woman. It's Little Miss Naughty. That's red flag. That's red flag number 1 here on this message. All right, hey guys, huge fan of the show. My name is Kayla. I'm 22 years old, and I've been interested in this guy for a while. I've known him for almost 3 years, and we've always got along well as friends. But I want to take it to the next level. What's making things tough, though, is that he is married, but I know he is into me. Red flag number 10.
Yeah.
We should nickname this show Red Flag, jeez. What's going on?
He's always texting me, wanting to hang out, and we do hang out. He always wants to touch me and gives me compliments like, you smell fine, you're looking good. And I always know he's checking me out. My question is, are there any signs that he is serious about a possible relationship with me, or am I just going to be the side chick? I know he cares about me, but I want to be more than friends with... I want more of a friends with benefits type deal. Also, his wife starves him of attention and says that she talks shit about me. So I don't feel guilty at all about stealing her man.
Oh, so she's okay being a homewrecker. This is
Also, P.S. Kyle, she has a major crush on you.
oh, homewrecker times 2.
I think she's talking about Kyle. Kyle,
That's
are you?
a really deep message.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, that's
a lot going on.
I'm confused.
Unpack it for me. Unpack it
confused.
for me, one of you.
Okay,
let
I'm
me
going to start.
Yeah, go.
I think when you if it's legit, I think when you're in that position where and it is a home wrecker to a degree. Now there's all types of factors that come into this, whether or not the guy and his wife are doing good, not getting along, don't need to be together, blah blah blah. Are there kids involved? I mean, this is some serious shit that she's trying to dive into, and he's at just as much fault if he's putting it out there while he's still got a ring on his finger and he's under the same roof as his wife. I mean, here's the thing. Let's say everything worked out for how she wanted. She said she doesn't care about the woman or stealing her man, and she gets the man. Who's to say he doesn't do it to her because he's already got a track record of doing it to that woman if he gets bored with her? I mean, I don't know.
I agree 100%, and I also think at 22 years old, going in to try and chase a dude who, like you said, could have kids, already is married, that's just an awful start to if you do have that relationship. Like, what are you gonna tell the in-laws? Like, oh yeah, this is my new girlfriend who took me from my wife, who knew I had a wife, but I still flirted with. But the last thing I'm gonna say about it is, it takes someone who has, like, the home wrecker is only a home wrecker if the guy, like,
it takes
girl.
two. It takes two to tango for sure.
So they're both wrong in the situation in a way.
Wouldn't the best case scenario be she makes him man up and make a decision and says, hey, I'm not going to go any farther with you until you decide in public with your wife. And if you don't want to be with her, then yeah, maybe we can pursue something. But if you can't make that decision, which it sounds like he may potentially be looking for the side chick, then I think the onus is on him. I think she should be like, hey, you need to fucking decide. And don't do anything until he decides.
All right, Daddy got this one.
Okay.
So my personal opinion on the situation, and thanks for the shout out, by the way. I'm not trying to crush your dreams right here. This might come off a little bit as harsh. But so the way it sounds to me, so she claims that he's texting her what, like that he's checking her out, you know. I think that maybe they're some form of classmates, right? And this girl has just always had her eye on this guy, you know, and like she's had her eye on him for so long that she's in love with him. And I think the stuff that she's talking about is this dude passed her by and said, "Hey," one day, and she ran with it and was like, "Holy shit, he's checking me out. He's trying to fuck. Like, I don't know, And then, maybe they're in class or something, if they are, some for or work together or something. And he said, "Hey, can you bring?" He texted her and said, "Hey, can you bring in, those papers?" And she took that as like, this guy's trying to fuck. Like, I think he's on him.
So anything he says moving forward, she's taking it and running with it.
Yeah, because she didn't really put out details. Like, are they already doing stuff? Or like, is she just taking this stuff as, he sent her a text? Like, I don't know. It just seems a little iffy to me. It doesn't seem like that is the dude's intentions, because she never said she just said he's texting me. Like, I know he's checking me out. Like, I feel like she's kind of just in her own little world for this situation, and the dude actually has zero intentions. And I say the dude's taken more fish in the sea. She needs to just move on, because
get on Tinder.
He married this other woman for a reason,
She's gonna come after you next, Kyle.
Yeah.
Well, she'll get the quick deny.
I think she's just ultra horny.
Yeah.
Burns, you're the certified life guidance counselor here.
By the way, that was a great breakdown, Kyle.
That was pretty good. I'm actually kind of impressed. I've actually agreed with you on the last 2 or 3 things you've said.
Kyle went deep there.
The way he outlined it was kind of weird. Like, at first second there, I thought I was listening to like someone previewing a Lifetime movie. Like, girl gets too in love.
For a guy that openly states that he hates people, he was pretty in touch with that.
Well, I'm very good at analyzing people. Like, I have a law and justice degree, and I feel like those people that can just look at somebody and like a couple details on them and
break
really,
them down,
like really figure out their life. What's it called? It's not stereotyping.
No. It's like not stereotyping. It's
not the word.
It's like on a
profiling.
Yeah, profile. Damn it! I was gonna say it. You're like Spencer Reed on Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Okay,
all right, go ahead, Burns. Go ahead, Burns.
I think that they need to get both of these gentlemen together. And
whoa! Both gentlemen.
Well, the husband and the there's only one guy in this scenario.
One guy, 2 girls, buddy.
I was gonna say that's deep.
I think the women need to fight it out.
Just like on The Office, the duel.
Yeah, get it together. I want to see a duel. I want you to record it and put it on YouTube, and maybe a little pay-per-view event in the octagon, and fight it out.
You just throw out the window that he has.
I don't want to say it has. I don't want to say it has to be a fight to the death, but maybe whoever bleeds the less gets the man.
I don't think the wife even knows about this other girl. She just made that up in her head.
Well, she's about to find out, because we're having
yeah, she's about to find out if the husband's a fan.
And I'm going to put my money on the wife. I think you get your shit kicked in.
I don't know, though, if... on the fight. I was going to say, if I was a wife in that situation and I found out my husband was, quote-unquote, talking to this other younger girl who is flirting with him...
There might be no survivors.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck you, you're both dead. Pop, pop.
Yeah, but how it happened is this girl is gonna build up the courage to like, all right, I'm gonna fucking deal with this. I'm gonna set shit straight. She's just gonna roll up to the husband and wife's house, and they're both gonna the wife is gonna be like, who the fuck are you? And the husband's gonna be like, why are you here right?
He's gonna play dumb, and then you're gonna have the whole the lioness, like the wife. She's gonna get in this protective mode of her home, and like Burns said, that girl's gonna get her shit kicked in.
Tune in next week when we cover a murder.
No, the husband's just going to be like...
stream it. I want to put money on the fight.
The husband's going to be like, what are you doing? I've texted you twice asking you to bring those papers into work. Like, the whole time, this whole scenario is made up in her head. Like, she's a complete lunatic.
Now, let's not throw out the very, very good possibility that this dude's a douchebag and he is putting off the signs to try to get a side chick, because it could be a possibility.
Well, that's why I think we need more info.
The only way we can find out is if we get all these people together in a room and let it happen naturally.
Or we get some more info. Until we get more info, she's crazy.
I think
her username is Miss Naughty Slut or something.
I want to know what happens.
You know where I see you, Birds? You know where I see you in 5 years once this is a huge podcast and we all... What's going to happen here is we're going to have a cycle. It's like a boy band. This is going to blow up. People are going to love it. We're going to get huge, then we're going to break off. We're going to have a breakup. And then we're all going to go off and do our own things and then come back for a reunion and try again when we all need more money. And I see
kind of like the first time.
Yeah. We're already in that cycle. But I see you going on to do something like Jerry Springer, or what's the dude where everybody goes on to see if they're pregnant with somebody's kid?
Oh, Maury.
Yeah, that's where I see you. But
That's
I
what,
see you
they need to do. We have
what you're
going to
do instead of let's hug it out, you're gonna have the ring with baby oil and mud and
Yeah,
shit.
dude.
Fight
I'm gonna give some great advice here. We need to have these people go on Maury. What's his contact information? Let's give it out.
Let's dig deeper into this. Maybe I'm completely way off on my profiling.
No, I don't think you're off. The
Kyle,
username
honestly,
Miss
you
Naughty.
kind of shit on this girl, and she was really nice to you in the email.
I know. That's why I started it with, like, don't take this too harshly. It's 100% guess.
He said,
know.
with all due respect.
What
so
if it, what if it was
respect.
me the whole time?
Oh,
Holy shit! Like, what if? And it's complete. What if my end was completely true and I didn't even know about this bitch?
Dude, that's what Burns said at the start. He said, "What if
shit.
this is about you?"
Well,
Dude, I love this.
but it would fit my scenario perfect.
Guess what?
Oh my gosh, dude, you're about to get murdered. You just called the girl out who you probably sent 2 text messages to, and now she's gonna come murder you and Rachel.
Look at these topics on Maury. There's one on here that says, "Does your grandmother dress way too sexy for her age and need a makeover?" Call Maury if you have that problem, viewers. Is your grandma too hot?
Okay, so for our advice section, maybe what we can ask you guys if you send us emails or comments or tweets or whatever, be as specific as you can with your scenario, because every
If not,
piece
you
of
get
advice
shit
we've
on.
talked about, we needed more information. Like, we need to know if this guy's got kids. We need to know more about the story. We may not read the whole story, like, on air, but we need all the details so we can give you the best guidance on how to go about
I gave
this.
great advice. I don't know what you're talking about. This could all be solved by getting everyone together.
And we need pictures of your titties so we can verify it's actually you.
Yep.
So we can cross-reference. All right, guys, that is it.
What?
was our
I didn't
show.
get to do my question.
Oh,
we got time.
okay,
We got
okay,
time. We
okay.
got time.
Throw it out there.
If I get one more tweet that says Colby way to not do a question, and it's because you cut me off, I'm gonna get yelled at again. I don't
Okay,
want to
let
get
me,
yelled
for
at.
all the people that don't know about this,
Jimmy had a question too. So
I
we
did
got
have a
couple.
question. All right, we're
We got
going
a
to
couple
extend
more.
this episode for you guys. Colby,
Well,
go
I gotta
ahead.
do at
For all
least
of you
one.
that don't know, Colby started a tradition on episode 1. We missed it last week. We're picking it back up where he surprises us with a mind-blowing secret question that puts us on
Yep.
the spot.
Yep, this one's
The
actually.
first one sucked.
First one sucked. Second one was decent. Third one was I don't remember. We skipped it.
didn't
Okay,
do it.
here we go.
Here we go.
All right. You get one moment in your life you wish you could
This sounds
relive.
like an Eminem song. Okay, go ahead.
You got one shot. Do not miss
Yeah,
your chance. Okay, you get one moment in your life that you can relive, but you also get one moment in your life that you can use the Men in Black thing and erase. What are the 2 moments? One of
That's
each.
actually a really good one.
That's
Thanks.
a hard question to answer.
So I'll start while you give you guys time to think. I don't know. I'm not a very good talker. The one I want to relive, go back, prom, had my chance and blew it. I want to relive it, make my life probably the same, or I would go back to intramural flag football and me and Kyle winning the championship just so I can relive the look on the guys' faces when Kyle scrambled in 50 yards away, time running out, flag football champions, baby, let's go. Okay,
My
those
God,
are mine.
You sound like such a Varsity Blues.
This is going to take me a while to think of something. There's so
I
many
just
options here.
wish I could go back to when I was 5, but have all the knowledge, or not 5, 12, to have all the knowledge that I have like right now. You know, wouldn't that just change the world?
Well, it's the whole Back to the Future thing, where you could go get the sports almanac too, and then go
Yeah,
back.
make some bets.
But I mean, but you can only take what's inside your brain. You know, you just go back and just like,
Well, you're talking about for complete power and financial gain, I'm sure.
oh yeah,
Or
and
like
it'd
just
be-
think about all the hot chicks that you could like with the game you have now and like how you realize like high school relationships don't matter and there was all those
Oh, yeah.
underclassmen you could have just taken advantage of as a state of like I'm a senior and you're a hot
my
freshman.
fingers would look like fucking prunes. Man. It'd just be.
All right, Jimmy, give me one. Either live again or delete or both.
The delete one would be some people know this story. Like 7 or 8 years ago, got in some real life shit with a real life bookie, and there was like a point where I could have ended up in a ditch dead. I mean, we can tell that
Yes.
story down the road sometime, but I would probably want to delete that one and relive. I'm going to cheat because obviously. When the first time I met Ashley, I can remember it to this day, but I also want to like put in each one of my kids being born because those are like moments that I can't explain. They're just super special moments that I'd love to be able to relive over and over. So that would be mine.
I'd like to skip that part of my life, like, because I was the type of dude when Rachel was giving birth, it's like
No, not the giving birth.
The kids.
Yeah, when the baby's out,
okay.
the baby's healthy, and the baby's okay.
Oh, okay, I see. What you're saying.
No,
'Cause
before that, it's horrid. It's horrid nightmares. I don't even want to think about
Did you
this
see her vagina when the kids were coming out? Did you cut the cord?
Sir. No.
You didn't cut the cord?
Yeah, I did cut the cord, but I didn't look.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I stayed above the shoulders.
Okay.
I let her mom
Do you
cut
have
the cord.
to, as a future dad down the road,
No.
possibly?
Hell
Do
no.
I have to cut? Okay. Good.
No, Rachel's mom cut the cord for both our kids. I was like, I'm not looking. Like, this is fucked up. Like, I don't.
Here, let me. Okay, if you want,
I didn't want to be
let
in
me
this
give you one
room.
really quick.
I ain't cutting the cord.
My sister-in-law just had a baby, and it was a C-section. And my ex-wife, Bryce, he was a C-section. He was a 10-pound baby. And we went in there, and I couldn't watch. Like, I couldn't. I'll pass out on the floor. I can't do that shit. So I'm on the other side of the curtain. Like, she's got the curtain, like, cutting her body in half, right? So they're doing the stuff on the front side, and then the curtain has her legs and stuff. So I'm on the back side, and I'm like, okay, I can handle this. And then I start smelling like the burned flesh and shit that they were doing. I was like, I gotta go. I'm out.
Jamie, I'm
gotta
gonna
go.
I'm giving you the Men in Black. Just erased it from you for you, bud.
Yeah.
There's your delete moment.
All right, Burns.
One that I would delete is attending a for-profit college for 2 semesters. It's just a complete waste of money.
Okay.
College in general is. But
That's actually a really good one.
But like for-profit colleges, like I went for 2 semesters, and the classes are like almost everyone, they try to tout like they have a huge high graduation rate, but seriously, there's like 4 people in the class at the end of the semester. Everyone just drops out, and it's super easy, like the easiest A's you'll ever get in your life. But it's just and the degrees are just fucking worthless. So if you're listening and you're thinking about a for-profit college, like Arizona, mine was Minnesota School of Business, but if you're thinking like one of those for-profit colleges, just back away. It's a waste of time and money.
Any college.
And no employer, like if an employer sees a for-profit college, like your resume is going in the garbage can.
Okay.
Let's be
what is
realistic.
delete
Any
it.
fucking college.
Relate.
Any
college.
college.
I agree.
Unless you have to go to school to do what you want to do.
Unless you're like going for like a STEM degree.
Yeah.
Like science, technology.
Yeah. That's different. That's different. Well, here's just a quick college funny, just how bullshit it is. So I went for communication, tried to switch it like 3 times. Anyway, graduate, IT degree, interview with Google. Forget my don't have them like send my resume, whatever, of like I graduated from school. They didn't even ask. They didn't even ask if I went to college. They just assumed. I didn't even have to show anything. That's how pissed I was. I was like, I just wasted went to college for 7 years. I loved it. But I just wasted 7 years of money, and you're not even going to ask if I went to college. Like, you're just asking me these dumbass questions, like how many windows I can wash in Seattle. Like, fuck off, Google. You missed out on a good employee, bitch. Okay, sorry.
All right,
go
Burns,
ahead.
what about the relive moment?
The relive moment? I haven't thought of one yet. You have to come back to me on that. Maybe next time.
All right.
Call it next time. I got to piss.
All right, that was a
Badly.
good one, Colby.
Thank you. So 2 for 2? No, 2 and 2.
Did
2
Jimmy
out of
have a
3.
question you want to wrap us up with? Did you want a question to lead us
No
up?
more questions. I got to piss.
He's got to piss. I've actually got to piss too, so I think we're going to call it. Thank you, everybody, for all the support on the podcast. Once again, find us everywhere, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, all that crap. And don't forget to email us, because I kind of like our advice section.
Yeah, that lady needs to email us back.
More details.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt feelings.
We need more details from
Miss Naughty Girl.
Lil Miss
Yeah.
Naughty.
Also, make
Man.
sure.
Her
Sorry.
name is
Sorry.
Kayla.
Go, Kyle. Do
Kayla.
it.
So just make sure if you're watching this, even if you don't watch it on iTunes, go over to iTunes and give us a nice solid review over there, because that's like the biggest, most important part to the growth. So yeah, go do that.
Absolutely. We're going to let you guys kick off with a Burns promotional ending, outro, and we're out of here. Bye.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of the PTFO podcast. If you enjoyed the show and are watching on iTunes, please leave a 5-star review. If you're on YouTube, please hit that like button and leave a friendly comment below. This show is also available on Spotify, Google Play, and Facebook. If there is a topic you would like us to discuss in a future show, or you just want to reach out to us for advice on life's everyday struggles, you can reach out to us with the contact information available down below. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you back every Wednesday and Sunday for a new show. Have yourself a wonderful day, and we'll see you later.